Hello everybody, Justin from Playing Board Games here, and today I'm excited to do another component showcase from our friends at Gaming Haven. I've done two of these previously in the past where you'll find a link in our video description. They make some premium components to spruce up your Arkham game, and I'm here to showcase some new stuff in their catalog today. We do have a code that you can enter, a referral link and potentially even a promo code that you can check out down in the video description if you are interested in ordering any of this product. I have everything that we're going to be talking about here, including this fancy mat. And unfortunately, it's just a bit, well, fortunately, but it's just a little bit too big for this. So it's going to kind of just be the background here for this kind of stuff. For the video. But we have all these cool components that I'm going to just talk about, give you guys a little showcase of. Why don't we start with the cool thing, which are the Chaos tokens. Everybody loves Chaos tokens, and so these are ones that Eric and I have actually used previously in the past. Not these exact tokens, but we have used Gaming Haven's previous tokens in the past, which were some... just trying to find them. Just some tiny acrylic Chaos tokens. They were not translucent, like clear like this. And I'm going to just tell you right now, I am kind of actually in love with these clear tokens. I just think that they are gorgeous. So the thing is, because they're clear, of course, they can be... I don't know how great they are for... identification, like while playing. Just gonna get that. Let me just get a nice little focus on that. I don't know how great they're gonna be for like when you're playing with them, for finding them in terms of the visibility. But I mean, I do like, while I have them all out here, they are all each very identifiable at a glance if they're the numbers or like easy symbol tokens. As I said, that Eric and I have played previously with the non-clear acrylics from Gaming Haven. And I can now talk about them actually in use, which is really good, because when we first got them, I was showcasing them without actually being able to put them into much practice. A few things: they're small and light. So if you have a lot of tokens in the bag, it's very easy to, it's not going to like weigh the bag down that much. And it's really good for like smaller bags. If you do have a smaller token bag, like for example, maybe the one that comes in the base game, you'll have to, like bigger tokens can be a little bit tough, especially if you start adding a bunch of curse tokens in there. Having like bigger premium tokens might be a bit of an issue. So that's one thing I really like about the small ones. Additionally, the size actually doesn't actually really bother that much when you're actually playing with them in practice. It's very easy to reach in, pull out one token, which is obviously the whole point of Chaos tokens. Which is really nice. Additionally, if you need to fish out tokens, I like to play with smaller ones. I'm at this point now where I've actually amassed enough premium tokens that I am lucky enough, privileged enough to be able to like choose the one that's better for my run. And like smaller tokens like this that are easy to just like reach in and pull out is especially great if you're doing anything that requires a lot of token pulling, like for example, Unrelenting, or potentially even any of the like the cursed paradoxical stuff on the mystic side of things. Additionally, with these tokens, one thing that is noticeable, I'll see if I can get it close enough for you to have some sort of idea, is that you can kind of see that it is actually, so one side is perfectly flat, but the other side is actually a little bit of an indent. So while you can, while reaching in, just like feel what the token is, you have to, I think, like be trying to cheat. Like I've never like noticed it while doing it. I would just reach in, grab a token. Like I'd have to be like feeling the token and actually trying. But I'm going to give that context for the people who might be interested. That these are like, especially like something like the Frost token, like you can actually like tell the difference between these ones if you try to do that. So that's just something to be aware of if you are looking at this. However, I will say again, when I was like taking the little pieces of plastic off of these, or the little like the tape that was on them so they could ship here safely, I was like saying, wow. I love the clear. I love the simple. These might be. I've seen a lot of sexy premium tokens, but there's something about these ones that they're so sleek that I'm just like, these look good. And they do seem like they are easy to tell, like, because like the end, the carving on it is actually very noticeable. So I'd have to see these ones in practice to actually like get the final thought on how they are for playing with them. But they look really good. I'm a sucker for this clear look, and I think that they're super duper exciting. So notably, I have the prices here. This clear set of acrylic is currently on sale right now for 26 Canadian dollars, regular 37 Canadian dollars. And there also is the Cursed is on sale currently right now for, at the time of recording this video, which is March 31st, $12 Canadian, 23 regular. And then the Frost tokens are on sale currently for 8 regular, 10. So if you're looking at these, though, like, that's the other thing too that I've really enjoyed about Gaming Haven's products is that the prices for the tokens, like, they're not really like Travis has some LCG ones that are like plated on the bottom with like a little bubble and some art inside, and they feel really nice, but they're kind of like pretty premium. This is like, I love them because these are like technically, like by the definition, premium tokens, but they're like an easy place for you to get to. If you want to spruce up your game without going crazy for the cost. Like if you had to choose between getting premium tokens versus like buying the next expansion, Gaming Haven kind of says, why not both? Why not both? All right, let's keep this going and let's check out these new cool things that came in here. These are they're called mirror tokens. So they have kind of like a little of they're kind of like a little bit of a mirror sheen on them. And they have, on the website, there are Doom, Resource, and Clue tokens. The Doom is $14, and you get 12 of them. So notably, this might not be enough for a play, but you do get 12 of these for 14 Canadian dollars. For the Resource tokens, for 14 Canadian dollars, you get 6 single-sided resources and 6 3-numbered 3 of these. So you get 6 of the small ones and 6 of the big ones. And then for the Clue, for 14 Canadian dollars, you get 5 of the singles and then 5 of the ones that say 3 on them. So those are the prices. Let's get a closer look, and let's start with our little Doom here. So yeah, these things, they're as you can see, as I just get focus for all of you wonderful people at home. Oh, they look really nice on camera. So you can see they have a kind of like a reflective surface on them, and then like a little textured back with the same design on it. But you can see that for the thing, for the Doom. That's for these ones. For Clue, they're notably also the same kind of sheen. That looks pretty nice too. But they also notably have a 3 as well. It's hard because of the surface to see. For 3 for these to go with it too. But notably, as you can see on this, they're actually the same size. So there's no differentiation between them, like the same what they have with the Resource tokens. So just some food for thought for you there. If you want like different size for your different things, or if you're instead just like looking at treating these as Clue tokens and not looking at the number on it, because as you can see, from farther away, they can just like pass as Clue tokens, which is really nice. So notably, if you do want to spruce up your Clue tokens, this will cost more to get all of these done. However, in previous ones of these videos I've done for Gaming Haven, they have other Clue token options that you can explore on their website, or as I mentioned, check out the other videos in the video description for this. All right, Resource tokens. Oh, I didn't show the back of the Clue token. So it looks like they're all actually the same exact as their front on the back, but just kind of like a textured pattern, which is really nice. All right, onto the Resource tokens. Let me get 2 of these on the camera for you. These ones I think are my favorite of the bunch. I really like the Doom tokens, but I like how these ones look. Mostly because the symbol for the Resource tokens were really good in their original design, which is kind of sick. But I just like the little 3 box. It's kind of fun for these. While we use dice for our videos, and we're very unlikely to ever use premium components in our actual videos for that kind of stuff, I do know that people do like doing these. People on the Arkham subreddit share a lot of cool pictures where they have like their setup, and it seems like the setup itself is actually part of their game for them. And I think like stuff like this is a really nice thing for doing these. And as I mentioned, they are the same on the back. Enjoy my horribly picked fingers in close for all of you wonderful people at home. So as I mentioned, The prices for these are all around 14 Canadian dollars, which means if you're in America, probably ain't that bad. And this is also Gaming Haven is an Australian-based website, but they do have shipping for, I mean, they shipped it to me, so they'll ship it internationally. All right, let's check out these next two things next. These are actually pretty simple. These are arrow tokens, which I always recommend arrow tokens. I'm not going to do a zoom in on these because these are just like, as you can see, kind of like a little shine on them. These are a great way to make your game better. They're always like, if you're going to pick up one thing, apart from like chaos tokens, which admittedly are the pricier ones, not from Gaming Haven, as I've mentioned earlier. But like arrow tokens are like the other thing that I mentioned as like a good thing for you to pick up. So these are 10 Canadian dollars. These are acrylic, and they are pure black, and you get 20 of them for $10. So basically, what's that, like 50 Canadian for an arrow, which is really nice. And then that should be enough for you to like go through it. They do not have one ways, which are less common than they have been previously, but that's a nice little thing you can do there. Additionally, we also have these clue dials, which are 5 Canadian dollars each. And these are also acrylic, as you can see. They go around. One thing is it is a little on the loose side, so you will have to just be careful when you pick it up. Pick it up like a gentle person, not like me. I'm an ape when I grab my stuff. But you can see it does kind of slide, but it's not too bad. But it's one of those things they are kind of... Oh, like the nice thing about it is they're called location clue dials. So like I think the intention is you put it on the location, and then you can like move down on the location. So these are supposed to be on your actual location as opposed to in your clue area, but you can also do these in your own clue area. So that's kind of how these things can exist. Yeah, these things are nice. I know people like to use dials for things, and this can be a cool way to do that. Yeah, so it's like on the location, there's 8 clues. You discover a clue, go to 7. It's not that bad. If it's on the location where you're interacting with it only when it's on the location, and when there's no clues, you can just move it. Those ideally would work well with the other acrylic clues that can have, because then you have like 2 different like clues that you can interact with as you play, depending on if they're on your investigator or your cards or on the location. So that's kind of nice. All right, our last little bucket of goodies here is some of my favorite stuff you can see from expanding your game and like making your game premium. Notably, I think that this is the most extra stuff that you can do, but I do love seeing this stuff come from premium places for premium for pimping out your game and all that. These are a variety of different tokens in which you can use to denote things on your cards, uses, if you will. We're going to start with the charge counters. So these are actually, so I love the pentagram look for all of these. These are actually pretty common. I've seen them in other places too. So these are acrylic. All this stuff is acrylic. Gaming Haven works primarily, from what I've seen, with wood and acrylic tokens. They have a lot of nice wood tokens that I've done in previous videos. But let's see what this is here, just in closer for all of you. So yeah, just a little like pentagram symbol. It feels very nice. I like this one too because I feel like this can actually be transferred over into another game pretty easily. Like this doesn't have to just be Arkham. Sorry, let me just get like a better without it's so hard to focus on the fly. Yeah, so it looks really nice. I really like how it looks. I think it's a good little piece. You know, I'm actually going to keep this like this as we get this. So there's 20 of these charge tokens. You get 20 of these charge tokens for 10 Canadian dollars on the website, which is, I mean, that seems pretty good to me. That's what, once again, 50 cents a token. So that's really nice. But there are also a bunch of other things too. And notably the ones that I'm going to show you now, these are kind of more focused on specific cards, but they also are, they're also going to be 5 Canadian dollars. I don't see how much it says. Let me just see if I can sign this on here. 6 flashlight tokens. So we'll start with flashlight. As you can see here, I'll just kind of pull these out. So actually, you know what? We have flashlights. We have lock picks. We have keys, everybody's favorite, especially if you're a survivor. We have like science stuff, which is kind of neat. We have flasks for like Liquid Courage or Tennessee Sour Mash. We have fingerprint tokens for like secrets or like your fingerprint kit or like your Hawkeye folding camera. We have med kits. I'm going to put all these closer to the camera too. We have med kits for like healing uses, and then we also have secret tokens. So notably, from what I could be wrong, don't hold me too much accountable if the prices are different when you look, but I believe that all of these other ones are they're all $5 Canadian, so I imagine they also come with around a pack of 6 for each of these. These ones were 20 for 10, which is good because you ultimately do need more charges than you need for these other ones, and I think charge tokens are a nice thing to pick up because you use so many of them, especially if you want to be playing a Mystic. So why don't I just show you like a little close-up on all of these. Let's just change the zoom. So flashlight token, pretty simple. It's a flashlight. There's a little button. You can see my fingerprints on it. Please do not steal my identity. So yeah, nice and simple in there. The lockpick one is kind of cute. It's just like a little lockpick. Again, these are just like little acrylics. The keys also are pretty cute. So the nice thing is if you like, you can just like put these in like a little bag, pull out the ones you're going to need for your deck before you know it, when you build your deck and you know it. The secret ones, these are just like a little scroll from like Scroll of Secrets on them. Very nice and simple. I like these science ones too. They're kind of like green. They're greener than they appear in the video, mostly due to the camera lighting that exists here. So just something to keep in mind. The medkit ones are also pretty cute. If you're a Vincent Lee fan, you're going to want these for sure. For sure. The flask ones are like the flashlight. They're just dark. Oopsie. Oh, that one's gone. Let's grab this one. I'll grab that other one another time. So yeah. You could also use this if they ever reveal Holy Water. If Holy Water ever becomes a card, this can work for that. And I think, once again, these ones are my favorite, mostly because these are like fingerprints. It's kind of hard to see the detail in this video here. Yeah, you can kind of see it there. But these ones, like the Chaos tokens, look really nice. I guess I'm learning today that I am a big sucker for this clear look. I love the hell out of this. It just looks so, like, sleek, you know? It looks like it just looks like a fast car to me. I don't even like cars, but I imagine that that's what people like think when they see a car. Because when I see a car, I'm like, yawn, I don't like that. But when I see that translucent clear Zero Mythos token, I'm like, give it to me now. Now, there was supposed to be one other thing we were going to be doing in the showcase video. It's a box to store your cards in, like specifically like mimicking the Return To boxes. You can check them out on the website. We're going to be doing another showcase in the future where I'm going to be talking about that box. I just need to build it, but I'm very bad at building things. So that one's just kind of temporarily been on hold, but we're going to do more. But this is like this little batch here of some really cool components from the Gaming Haven. I want to just thank you for sending these to me to showcase. And if you are watching and you have your premium components that you want to showcase on this channel, I'm more than happy to do it. Well, I am not super into like playing with these, mostly because I play on camera. I love people who love them, and I love helping people do what they want to do and make these kind of things. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that if there's something here you see that might interest you. If it is, again, check out the link to Gaming Haven down below, where there's going to be a referral thing for us, and I will be able to receive a small little cut of whatever you buy. So if you want to support me, but also most importantly, Anthony at Gaming Haven, you know what to do. Check out the link below. In the meantime, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Huge thank you to all our patrons for supporting the channel. You guys all rock. I love you all. And I love all of you watching it at home, too. I hope you're having a great one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And as always, a GG's.